Hey guys, Kingpin here. Welcome to episode 13 of TaleCraft. Today we've got one simple goal. We need an enchantment setup. Enchantments definitely delve into the fantasy aspect of Minecraft, so I was looking around at block palettes in this village and nothing really struck me as fantasy, but then I remembered in this office we have an amethyst geode. I think it would be cool if we made an enchantment tower out of all of the blocks that are found in a geode, mostly calcite and the amethyst block themselves. I've never seen an enchantment setup done like this, and I think it really fits the theme. First things first, we're going to need to find our amethysts and get a lot of materials from them, so I'll meet you guys down there. If you remember from one of the very first episodes of TaleCraft, almost a month ago at this point, we rescued an ALLAY from the pillager outpost. If around a jukebox that's actively playing music, you can actually breed ALLAY with amethyst, and you only need one to breed them. It's more so duplication than breeding. So since we have one ALLAY and we have amethyst now, all we need is a jukebox, and theoretically we have unlimited ALLAY. Since the ALLAY are our friends, and really our first friends besides the villagers, I was thinking that instead of just a simple enchantment setup, we could make an entire amethyst kingdom for them, right outside the outskirts of the village. While the villagers are nice and all, it's always good to have more friends in this world. Remember, one of the entire points of this series that we're doing together is to have an interconnected overworld, and we can't do that with just one village. We need to build up our village, yes, but eventually we're going to need to tackle other projects, and I'm thinking this is a good one to start on. The build palette will be completely different. It'll be a lot of purples and whites, just like an amethyst. And instead of a realistic look like our village currently has, and even how the pillagers construct their buildings, this'll delve much more into the fantasy aspect. There can be floating buildings, floating candles, it'll be more magical. The goal for today is still just to have a functioning enchantment setup, so this geode's going to be plenty. But in order to make a functioning kingdom for the ALLAYs, we're going to need to find a lot more geodes, mainly for the calcite. We can farm amethyst using the budding ones. To make an enchantment setup, we need two things: bookshelves and an enchantment table itself. In order to make an enchantment table, we need three things: a book, which is easy, 2 diamonds, and 4 obsidian. The 4 obsidian is going to be the tough part, so we're going to need to make a diamond pickaxe so we can mine it. Luckily, we found those diamonds in the last episode, and we should have one left over without needing to take our first diamond we ever found, which is on display in the town hall. Let's go check the chest in the room. Perfect, we have 2 extra. This is good, so we can make our enchantment table and still have one left over. I'm thinking about building the ALLAY Amethyst Kingdom right behind where I'm currently standing across the bridge, possibly on that hill right there. Directly beneath this block with the torch on it is a zombie spawner, probably 10 blocks down. I have it lit up right now so they can't spawn, but having a zombie spawner and an XP farm later on directly beneath our enchantment setup is going to be awesome. We won't even have to leave to get the XP. This is a good distance away from the village. It's not too close to where it looks like it's clashing with our style, but it's also far enough away to where it's its own thing. The most important thing is going to be having an enchantment setup close by, but not obnoxiously far to where it takes forever to enchant something, and I might not want to because it's inconvenient. I'm going to run back to the village and get some supplies to build. In the meantime, let's do a build montage and get this thing done. It's certainly not bad, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I will say I really like the colors used. I think those turned out perfect. That gradient is nice. But the tower is a little bit skinny, and I'm not a fan of the roof. So let's try it again. Now that's more like it. I think the shaping turned out much better than it did before. And I like the height. It's not too big, but it's definitely a tower. Now we just need to find some books so we can make an enchantment setup. The easiest place to find obsidian is going to be a ruined portal, and luckily I remember exactly where one is. Remember that village we found very early on in the series that had a lot of librarians? There was a ruined portal right over there. Now we have our enchantment table. Wow, that tower does look really cool coming in the horizon like that. This place is going to look awesome once we build it up with other things for the ALLAYs, but for now the enchantment setup is all we need to do. The more books you have around an enchantment table, the more powerful enchantments you can get, capping at level 30. There's nothing higher. But the bookshelves have to be at least one block away from the enchantment table, otherwise it won't work. Luckily, with the chiseled bookshelf being added recently into the game, it can mix up the look of all these bookshelves so it doesn't look so samey. The first thing that we need to do, however, is make sure we have level 30. Right now we're at 24, so I think we need 3 more bookshelves. We might not finish that today because I have to wait for the sugarcane to grow off screen and we need more leather. But for now, we're really close, and that's all that matters. I'm really happy with how the tower turned out, and now we can get enchantments too. And look how it looks from our village. It's perfect off in the distance. It looks really magical. Since we're not even level 30 yet, I decided just to use some enchantments now. We don't have very much lapis, but we might as well enchant the gear we already have. Enchanted iron is still good, and hopefully we can get protection on everything. There's 3 levels of enchantment, 1, 2, and 3, and that's how much lapis it costs to use each one. Right now we don't need much more than a level 1 enchantment, and hopefully we can get protection 1 on each. Protection 1 just makes you take less damage from everything in general. Since we have a fancy armor trim on our helmet, and we got protection 2, I decided to repair it. It was a bit expensive, but I like it. I think that's going to be it for this episode of TaleCraft. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. We just hit 50 subs this morning, and I can't be more grateful. I'm not sure what we'll do in the next episode yet. We have a lot of options. We can keep doing the ALLAY Kingdom, we can work on our own village, maybe we'll find a new threat, who knows. Regardless of what we end up doing, I hope to see you there. Kingpin out. Catch you then.